I see this deal somewhere between 8.5 and 9 when it's all set and done.
$10 million for a leg.
Well, if we want to go there, how much money does Ronaldo get paid? When you break it down per minute that they're working, Ronaldo, Messi, Brandon Aubrey, whose leg has more value? I think it's Brandon Aubrey. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the B Team. We got Mike, we got Muller, and we are in person. Look at us. How about us? Come on now, Mike. Before we get into the NFL, I want to give a quick shout out to Tanzo's Beverages. That video is going to come out tomorrow because Muller forgot the beer, so that's on me. Hand up accountability. So that'll be out tomorrow. But Tanzo's Beverages, get over there. They got some sick stuff coming in. They got New Trails, Psychedelic, Broken Heels just came in. We got Tired Hands. We got Non-Alcoholics. We have the Athletics just dropping, Moscow Mules, Palomas, RTDs, right? We got a lot of good stuff coming. Rumor is there could be some giveaways as spring comes around. Get your slushies. National Slushy Day, first day of spring coming up, March 20th. Half off slushies at Tanzo's Beverages. Get over there. They're local. They're the best. Tanzo's Beverage, Bethlehem.
And follow their Facebook and Instagram page because I don't know who's doing all of the
Dude, he's hilarious.
work and all of their clips, but I got to tell you what, that dude knows what he's doing.
He's so funny.
He's funny. I don't know who this guy is, but he's funny. He has great ideas.
Yeah, good looking.
He's good looking. A lot of good looking guys there. They're bringing in the clientele.
Yep.
Tanzo's is in a great spot right now.
Great spot.
Shout out to the people who are running that. You know who you are.
Facts. We do. All right, Mike, let's get into the NFL here. So it's kind of one of the better times of the year for NFL because the whole, rules committee, the coaches come together and the GMs, and we're at the combine, and you start to hear things just getting sprinkled out there, right? We got some things are smoke. We got some things are leaving a little bread trail, a little crumb trail. Follow along, and you might figure out what we're trying to do as an organization, as a league. But two things that stuck out to me this week were the NFL is looking into some new rule changes. So the first one is authorizing replay officials to throw flags. So, like you look at the Super Bowl, Stephon Diggs clearly gets clocked, just absolutely decked by a right hook by Josh Jobe. And no flag, nothing. Refs were staring right at it, didn't call anything. And I think that's more what they're talking about. It's not going to be, pass interference, these, touch fouls. It's going to be more the extracurricular, non-NFL plays where there's punches thrown, there's guys getting stepped on, getting spit on, all this stuff. They can throw the flag retroactively, and it's going to kind of eliminate the post-game suspensions. Maybe there'll still be suspensions for stuff, but it won't feel like he got screwed over, I guess, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's with the sport of American football itself, it's so hard to really distinguish because there's so many moving parts every single play, and there's, you can only, as a fan, focus on so many things at once. Even as a referee, they have, 4 or 5 that are watching every single play, every single moment of the game, to really look in and see the little details of, a slight grab on a PI, a slight hold on the offensive lineman. It's hard because in my opinion, the route to go would be all AI, VAR type of, technology to point these out. But the thing is, it won't end until 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
And that's the trade-off though. Like if you implement all of these, technological studies and advancements to really point out, all the little details and flags, like you see what baseball is doing now, where obviously it's a much slower game, and there's not as much besides a pitch and the strike zone, ball strikes. They tap their helmet. They're doing that in the minors just to challenge it. Mm-hmm. I think because at this point, NFL would have adapted all of these technologies years ago. They would have done this years ago, but they haven't. So they're still at least letting, a human decide the fate of a team based off their penalties. I think, in my opinion, it wouldn't be bad for a coach to have, not only a challenge flag, but maybe a different type of flag or maybe another challenge flag where they get 3 and they can challenge, a penalty or a potential hold or a ball that was overthrown that had no effect on the play whatsoever. Like, there's got to be the one challenge flag. It's just not doing it right now. And I think there's so much more to be done with football when it comes to officiating and the rules that they just haven't really grasped yet. And I think they're too scared to implement it. And I think they need to start using like the USFL as an example. You know, like they took the kickoff rule from them. Like keep using that feeder program as, you know, as the minors for the MLB, where you're implementing new ideas to try to make the game better.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. We need a red pill, blue pill type of situation.
Honestly.
We need the red flag for challenges. You can have 1 or 2 of those a game, and then you need the blue pill. You need a blue flag. Like right pocket, left pocket, throw the blue flag. You can challenge any penalty that's called.
Because
I think the other part of this is like, if you challenge a penalty and you get it right, you win the call.
you get it back.
Yeah, you should just
like a regular challenge.
Like you should be able to challenge every penalty. Now, if you get one wrong, then yeah, I think you should have to go out to midfield, hand up accountability, and apologize. You should have to shake the ref's hand, give him a kiss. Yes,
Stand at the side.
But no, seriously though, like this is something that you see so many games get decided by stupid calls, and everyone's like, "Oh, the NFL is rigged." Well, here's a great opportunity for the NFL to say this isn't rigged, right? Let us all, debate the flags. Let someone sit up there and it's like, "Oh, these refs fucking suck today." Here, nope, we're going to throw this flag here, bring it down 15 yards.
Yeah, but this is the problem, though. It's like, I think the NFL and Goodell knows that no matter what happens within these games, the fans and the viewership and the ratings are still going to be high because it's one of the most popular sports in the world, and people are going to continue to watch. Yeah. But I think what they're realizing is there's now a trend where it's happening too frequently, and I think they're making it too obvious. Like we're getting in the rabbit hole. We're getting down the rabbit hole here.
Yeah, should we call Devin again?
Yeah, we might have to call Dev and just see what he thinks. But I think it's just getting too obvious now, where it's just blatant as hell, and it's come to the point where they'll make a call, and it's like everyone's like, "Oh, this is why I don't watch it. This is why the NFL is BS because of how fixed or such a bad call that they missed, which is clearly not exactly what it's been shown to be."
Yeah.
So it's a tough thing to manage, because how do you distinguish having a fair game without having it go 6 hours long? Because that's going to add a lot of time. So. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the ratings. It all comes down to the viewership. So they got a lot to figure out. But at least they're, voting on these rules. And I know you want to get into that, but they're at least caring and showing that, hey, listen, we're the NFL, and, it might not have been perfect the last couple of years, but we're working to try and make it as best as a sport as it can be.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the Premier League, right, they've drawn it back, where early on it was everything. It felt like was a minute-long review of every call on the field. Mm-hmm. Now they've gone to this. It has to be clear and obvious mistake. We just get the game going, and it's like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, boom, we're playing again.
But you like VAR, though. Like, are you a fan of it?
I mean, yes and no.
Yes and no?
I would rather just be mad at the referee, right? Like, But Mike, when we were kids,
a millimeter out of that's an offside, or that's not. He's clean. He's on his shoulder.
Yeah, but that's where I would rather be mad at the referee for making the mistake than sitting here in the technology making the mistake, which was the problem early on with VAR. Right, they were making a million mistakes. They weren't calling into the games when it was clear and obvious. Now I think they've kind of nailed it. Where there's still sometimes you look at it and you're like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, are you serious right now? But like the offside stuff, I remember there was one game, Champions League, Liverpool, Raheem Sterling clean through, scores a goal, and the referee called offsides. Mm-hmm. Not even close. Yeah. Not even close. He was just lightning fast, way faster than the center defender. And, if VAR was there, Liverpool goes through because he scores the goal.
But I think that's what VAR, like when it comes to soccer itself, like I think VAR is specifically, that is where it should be used as much as possible, where it's, offside, just clear offside. Like that will always be something. Or, if the ball doesn't roll over the line and it almost does, boom, VAR right there. Like I still think, in my opinion, again, I don't watch as much soccer as you do, but letting the referees decide, yellow cards and red cards. But is that stupid to think? Because I also think
they do.
That's is good,
all.
Though.
So now the way the VAR works for soccer, it's any red card or possible red card offense goes to VAR.
It does.
Penalties go to VAR. Goal scoring opportunities go to VAR.
Handballs? No, that's still okay.
I mean, like if it's in the box, it might if the ref
might.
misses it, because then it becomes, is it clear and obvious that he missed it? Was it tight to the chest? So there's different, but that's where like the language. I'm glad that the NFL is only sticking with non-football acts, because if they were like, you can challenge anything on the field, and it becomes we're challenging touch fouls, pass interference, all this stuff. Like, okay, what is pass interference?
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's some games where you have two really good players that are just mixing it up on the sideline. All right, if we're going to challenge that, right, who do you call it on? So I like that we're sticking with non-football acts, that it's going to basically be punches, like kicks, that type of crap.
It's just so hard to like just distinguish, just a regular penalty itself, but like once there's just so many aspects of the game where, again, like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Like you said, like a wide receiver or a cornerback, getting a little bit handsy, it's
like that's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's football. Like it's going to like. I feel like them going away from the physical element of the game and making it more of an offensive league is like this is kind of the repercussions of why what they made it to be in a way. Very offensive, and it's too offensive at times. Like it's very, very tough. It's hard. It's very hard. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this should be all clear and obvious stuff. So I want to move on from it. And the rumor is that no one is trying to ban the tush push this year. Thank the Lord we don't have to talk about that. But they are analyzing aiding the runner, which I agree with, right? Because you look at that, there was the Josh Allen play, I believe, in Jacksonville playoffs. He got carried like 15 yards, and the refs just allowed it, right? Like I don't. That's almost worse than the tush push, in my opinion, right? If we're talking about player safety, that was probably worse than the tush push. Now, I agree with the GMs, the owners, that, if you have the ball in your hands, you shouldn't be getting, pushed and carried for 10, 15 yards. Like, I don't mind when it's a scrum and the players' feet are on the ground and we got both sides just big boy football. I don't mind that, but this is where the problem comes, because I'm even walking in a circle right now. Because then, okay, is the tush push legal because we're saying that's legal? Right? So I think it's a good thing we're not banning the tush push. You just got to let it play out. And listen, just don't let them get the 4th and 2.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like the hit rate on it is so high, especially in Philly. It's probably the high 90s at that point.
I don't know. I felt like they sucked at it this year.
Yes and no. Like I mean, their hit rate was over at least 80%, 100%.
Honestly, Jalen Hurts just sucked this year.
Yeah,
fumbling on it, not being brave, putting his head down.
Best.
Yeah, Dickerson just being an injured little brat.
But do you see it? In the next coming years, it might not happen this year, but where do you see it being over? Obviously, it's overanalyzed now, but do you see it changing in a way? Do you see, what do you envision the change to be if it does happen? No running back, no receiver pushing his ass because that's
I think every time we talk about this, I go back to what I said the first time, right? You get one person behind you. You don't get to have 5 people back there. You can have 5 people back there, sure, but only one of them can touch the runner. That's kind of where I'm at with it, right? But it's tough then because big boy football, right? So.
Like, remember the Commanders game where they played the Eagles? I think it was the NFC Championship.
Okay.
And Frankie Louvu, I think, jumped offside 4 times, 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
This is where, like, you see that happen, and then they're like, okay, something's got to change because now we're just throwing penalty after penalty, and then they just gave them the first down at that point.
Well, yeah, but then it's like, but it's also teams do stop it, right? Like this year, who was it? Was it Detroit stopped Philly? I don't know. That might be wrong. Someone stopped Philly like 4 times in one game. I think Chicago. I think it was Chicago because they got the fumble. Yeah, right. They killed them. Yeah, it was Chicago. And teams got to look at that and say, well, okay, what did Chicago do against us that was so successful? Because clearly it worked. Clearly they stopped them. But we can't just sit here and, if your defense sucks. Like the Cowboys' defense, until they had what's his name?
Quinn Williams?
Yes. Until they had him, I had no confidence in stopping that tush push. Zero.
I miss him.
He's so good.
I know. Dude. I told you.
He's so good, dude.
But seeing him play, I'm so happy for him though, because at least he went to a team that like you like and I pretty much like too. So like if he went to the Patriots, different story. But okay, this is a good idea though. With the tush push, I think something interesting would be some type of VAR, type of technology where it has to be synchronized. There were times, especially with the Birds too this year, where the right guard would move first and the center wouldn't.
I have an idea.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're performing the tush push, it has to be legal, and you cannot have anyone jump off as a false start. There's too many things to watch.
So I have an idea with this, because this could involve big boy football as well, right? So I agree with you. VAR, we got to get that.
That's where it would be perfect.
The video review has to be watching that stuff because the Eagles jump every time, and it gives you the upper hand drastically. What if we made it when the ball is snapped, if the player is not running forward before he's touched from behind, 15-yard penalty.
They should just have like, in those drills where it's like the Senior Bowl and they'll have like 5 linemen.
That is the dumbest thing ever.
Hold on.
But yes. Yes.
They'll have one guy 1v1
yes.
against each other. They have like a time limit to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, it's a modified Oklahoma drill. It's the dumbest shit ever because dude, the offensive player is at such a disadvantage there. Like you're starting from the stop and this guy's basically getting a full steam run at you. Mm-hmm. Every year we go through this at the Senior Bowl where like the O linemen get absolutely run through, and we're all like, "Oh shit, that's gonna drop them. That's gonna drop them." No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You're giving guys. This would be the same as if I told you to stand there and you're not allowed to move until the ball snapped, and I know when the ball is gonna get snapped, and I can start all the way back here and sprint at you. Yeah. You're gonna get. You could be so much heavier than me, and I'm gonna send you through the wall no matter what.
Yeah,
it's over for you. It is the dumbest drill ever. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
I'm telling you, like it's still such because the tush push has probably been going on for like 2 years now, maybe 3 max. It was such a random thing, and of course Philly is the team that did it, so you know how the fans feel about that. Like, oh, targeting us, blah blah blah, whatnot. Listen, they do run it exceptionally well. I got to give them credit. They hit pretty 9 out of 10 times, 19 out of 20 times they'll hit that first down off a tush push.
Yeah.
And it's I understand why Philly would be mad, but they had a freaking voting on this for a reason, where you're killing time of possession. That's why they won a big majority of the games that they won when they won the Super Bowl was time of possession. That one tush push would add another 4 or 5 minutes to the drive, and they get more first down. So I'm intrigued to see how they handle it and if they do anything different, because again, these are rumors swirling around. But there's going to be a vote on this, and there's going to be teams that don't want it and teams that do. But we shall see. I don't know. I don't know where they go from here. But again, I think VAR would be a perfect solution to it, where if someone does jump offside or false starts before the center even moves, you got to penalize it. Yep. It's one of those plays that has to be perfect because it's so disadvantageous, or it's such a disadvantage to the defense for obvious reasons. So
yeah. Well, the UFL did ban it this season, so you can't do a tush push.
They banned it.
They banned it, and they also added a 60-plus yard field goal advantage is 4 points. So if you make a 60-yarder, it's 4 points. Brandon Aubrey would thrive in this league.
But do you think the NFL would do that though? I feel like the NFL is so stationary on the 3 points, and it matters at times where it's like a 60-yard field goal, and those 3 points could be the whole difference in a game.
Yes. No, I think if the NFL was going to adopt that rule, it would have to be 70.
Yeah.
Because these guys...
no one's going to hit it. Unless, you have one person.
But, Brandon Aubrey and Cam Little could probably hit it.
Yeah.
But it puts a premium on them then, because that 4 points, everyone's like, oh, it's only one more point. The amount of games that are decided by 3 points in this league...
Yeah.
That are, you lose by 4 points because of the way the numbers work.
That's right.
Right. This would be a huge rule change in the NFL. I think they would have to make it 70 because it puts more of an emphasis on making it. Because if you miss that thing, they're just getting
then it's just a field goal.
You're handing them 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So That'd be interesting because it would be weird to see what teams would be willing to take that trade off. And
do you think the NFL though? Like,
it would basically ruin punting.
Do you think the NFL needs scoring changes though?
No,
I don't either.
The one thing I do think they need to change is, and this can be our last thing, and then we'll move on because I have some breaking news for us.
Oh no.
The onside kick. We got to change this shit. Like I like the new kickoff rules. I do.
Yeah, so do I.
But I hate that, and there's no way you could sneak an onside kick in the new rules. So you have to say it because you're going to line up, and you got to give the other team a chance to line up. But it's borderline impossible. I think we had 2 onside kick recoveries this year, and it was basically off of really, really stupid mistakes by the receiving team. So, like, there's got to be some trade-off with this where someone said the 4th and 15 rule. I think that's actually too easy.
Mm-hmm. I think like 4th and 20 or something.
I was thinking like 4th and 25. You know, because the onside kick, even with the old rules, was very hard to get. You got to make this very hard to get, right? It's got to be, you know, this is a Hail Mary type of play. You got to make this as close to a Hail Mary without it being impossible as you can.
And that I like that too, because you know you could look at it at both angles, where you can do a 4th and 25 at the 25-yard line getting into the end zone, or you do it at the 35-yard line where you kick the ball and you just try to get to 25 yards. I think that would be better.
So
right? Because
you want to hear what I was thinking?
Is a lot different. You play a way different style. You know, you could just park the bus.
Well, I think no matter where I think you can't do it in the red zone.
Yeah,
you can't.
No way.
You got to have an over the top option
at the 35 where you kick the ball off.
Yes. The one thing I do want to change, like I would implement with this, 2 things actually. I would have it from the 45-yard line, or the 40-yard line, sorry, because if you don't get it, they get the ball there. So it creates that transition where, all right, if you don't get it, they're getting 3 points or the game's over, right?
The Boomers would lose their mind. Dude.
They would lose their mind. But also, I don't think you should allow them to score a touchdown. Right? So if you get the 25 yards
and the points
and you are able to run it into the end zone, I think you should get 2 points, and then you get the ball at the 40-yard line that you played from. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that you could do, but I like that though. There, like you could even have like a kickoff battle, a punting battle.
Because here's the thing, Mike: if you run it down to the 1-yard line, if you're smart enough, what's his name on Pittsburgh Steelers, the running back that got shunned by Mike Tomlin,
Jalen Warren.
Nope. Like he did the kickoff thing where it went in the end zone. It went in the end zone, and he just let it there, and they ran down and picked it up.
I don't know. I forget who.
He was a rookie this year.
Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson, yeah. So this would be like the Caleb Johnson role, right? So you can run it in for the 2 points, but your team gets it back at the 40, so you still got to go down and like score. Mm-hmm. Or you go down at the 1-yard line and you get the ball there, right? You get the ball right there, so you can get 7. So there's a lot of things we could play around with this, and I know the Eagles are going to get pissed. Jerry Jones is going to be furious if they change this rule.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Jerry Jones honestly should be pretty happy with it because he has one of the best offenses in the league. Not trying to be a homer, but it's true. It's true.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, May 30th, getting married.
Yes, congrats to that too, brother.
Yeah, George
Pickens. Not that important.
We'll get into George Pickens in a bit. All right. So breaking news. I want to get into the breaking news here.
Ooh, is this, let's hear it.
The Indianapolis Colts have given quarterback Anthony Richardson permission to seek a trade from Indianapolis. So it's not the craziest of breaking news.
He's a Jet.
But that's kind of where I was going with it.
He's a Jet.
I think he's a Jet, Mike.
I think he's a Jet too.
The Jets wanted Justin Fields.
No, please don't get him.
And they're kind of similar.
I don't want to make this about the Jets.
Aaron Glenn had nice things to say about Cam Newton. Anthony Richardson kind of is like them two combined.
Where did Cam Newton come into play with this?
He said something nice about him in an article. Oh. They were talking, yeah. I'm just like piecing little breadcrumbs here, Mike. I said at the beginning. I think Aaron Glenn really likes Anthony Richardson.
I don't think I'm going to tell you this. I don't think he has that call. I don't think he has the power to select that. I truly don't. Like, yes, he has some say, but I think Muji, is more of the guy who's going to decide. I really do. Obviously,
Well, then this has no chance. He's not going to be a Jet then, because this would be the dumbest move of all time. Like, you're going to put an injury-prone player on MetLife's turf?
Yeah.
That's honestly the dumbest thing you could do.
I don't. Yeah, he's not a Jet. Why I don't think he's a Jet is because they already tried that experiment with Justin Fields and it did not work. And I don't think they'll bring in another guy who pretty much Indianapolis fumbled on. You know, he wasn't built out for Indianapolis. He didn't fit in that offense. I just don't see the Jets going down that route again because it clearly didn't work last year. And I was happy about Fields and I was excited. Didn't work out, of course. I think they just go for the pocket passer. I think they go back to their old roots. They try to get these guys involved more, especially with the receivers who, Garrett Wilson's a stud. You got these other guys that are young that have potential, like Adonai Mitchell.
All right. We'll get into the Jets. We'll get into the Jets. You're diving down the rabbit hole. You're naming the whole team right now. Let's keep it to Anthony Richardson for a second here. So, I'm just trying to think of it while you're going through the entire Jets roster. I don't know where Anthony Richardson.
Sorry. There's a lot of news recently. Shit.
We're gonna get into it later.
AR,
but I don't know where Richardson even could go.
I just don't see him as a starter though. At the moment, he's not. I don't think a team's gonna pay him to start and save their franchise. He's gonna be another backup / bridge until proven otherwise.
What teams even need a starter?
The Cardinals possibly, because they'll probably move away from Kyler. Miami needs a starter.
Does Miami need a starter?
I think Quinn, Zach Wilson.
So Anthony Richardson could go there.
He could go there.
Zach Wilson wants to go to the Niners.
I could see that. Rejuvenate his career.
I could see that, or Minnesota.
Listen, the Titans need a backup. They could use a backup too. There are a lot of teams. I mean, look at Houston. I know they have C.J. Stroud. They could bring him in to learn behind C.J. Stroud. I don't think they're going to look at him as a play right away type of player. They'll look at Anthony Richardson as we have a good quarterback starting right now. He can learn behind him, and when his opportunity arises, we'll throw him in and we'll see what he's got.
That's where I don't think that the Titans one's interesting. I like they brought that up because what?
Whatever happened to Will Levis? I saw something about Will Levis too recently.
Is he on the Titans still?
I don't know. I think he might be, but. You think he deserves it? I don't even want to get off topic, but the Titans are an interesting one, because if Will Levis is not on the Titans,
Tennessee Titans,
he's on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
That's another guy that's kind of in the same shoes as AR, where he had his moment to prove that he could be a player, didn't work out.
Supposedly the Dolphins
could go somewhere else. So
yeah, supposedly the Dolphins want Will Levis so that he could back up Quinn Ewers. So I don't hate that one. That'd be a cool quarterback battle in preseason. Anthony Richardson, though, I like him going to the Titans because his creative style and his almost erratic style of play, it kind of fits behind Cam Ward. So you can model an offense that fits both of them, the way they play. Now, I don't want to see Anthony Richardson ever on the field for that team. Mm-hmm. I think that would be a mistake. But sentence. Yeah, I mean, season done. But I do really like that option.
I have a team in mind for AR, and
what?
It might be a little wild, and people might not agree with me. Mm-hmm. I think the Giants could take the gamble on him, and I know they have Jameis, but it's not like they're signing Jameis to a 4-year deal to be a backup. They have Jackson Dart that's going to be a sophomore in his sophomore year. Wouldn't it be a bad idea to bring have him come in? Look at Jim Harbaugh. Lamar was a certain type of player that he had to work around, and benefit his needs. I think AR, is kind of a similar player in that sense where he has the arm ability and can be better because Lamar was he was a little inaccurate at the start, but then, it's Lamar. He makes things happen. He's a video game character. AR could kind of be that similar player where he can learn under Jackson Dart. If Jackson Dart goes down, you got Jameis, but Jameis, they can move him for value, and they can have AR sitting there maybe 2 years from now. It wouldn't be a bad idea for them. I really don't, because they have a similar play style. Good arm, great mobility, some accuracy issues. Not as much Lamar anymore. I think Lamar's pretty accurate, but AR still has accuracy issues. That could be something that Jim Harbaugh takes a gamble on.
I don't hate that either. That's going to be interesting. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to follow. I want to get into another part of the committee season here. What are your thoughts on the number of games just going overseas? Because I think it's a lot. I think it's bullshit. that we have to watch the 49ers and the Rams play in fucking Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah.
The day before we're actually going to be living the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really hate that they're expanding the sport. Like, I kind of enjoy where, you see a lot of these other fans in different countries around, in different continents, give or take, being exposed to the American football and seeing how it's played. I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity for a lot of these people who don't know what the sport is. Try out the sport. Maybe they have a league in whatever country they're from. It's kind of like cricket. Cricket's the same way, where it's not really big in any of the Americas, where they're trying to implement leagues around the different continents, where people can be exposed to it and they actually might be pretty good at it, might have a liking to it, where they have an opportunity to try to play somewhere. Is for a regular fan to watch and have to get up at 5 a.m. or 9 a.m. to watch a game. That Melbourne, Australia, God, I don't know how many hours back or forward that is, but
I believe it's backwards.
It's bad. Yeah,
no, forwards.
Maybe
Australia's forwards. We're backwards.
Okay, so are they maybe doing a little bit too much with the amount of games that are being played overseas? Maybe, but I'm not too opposed to it. Honestly, I kind of enjoy watching them play in different countries and seeing the people being exposed to the sport. That's kind of where I think with it.
I guess I don't hate, it's only 9 games, so it's not that many. I don't hate the idea of them playing games overseas. I hate the idea that the 49ers have 2 overseas games. Well, one's in Mexico, so that's not overseas really, but it's still out of the country, right? I hate the fact that we have big teams playing outside of the country, but it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you want to grow the game, but you don't just want to send, the
Jets.
The Jets, you don't want to send crap over every year, which is what they were doing initially, right? So, this year, the Jags are going to London twice. We all saw that one coming. The London Jags are some of the best football players you've ever seen. But then you have the Rams and 49ers going to Australia, which that's a crime.
Flight, bro. That's a day's flight.
That's a long flight. Dude, that's a crime, though, that game. Give us the Rams and some crappy team. Go show off the Rams. We don't need to see the Rams 49ers play in Australia. I want to watch the Rams and 49ers play in either San Francisco or in LA, and I want to see the fans fight. I don't want to watch Australia where we're going to have kangaroos fight, and they're going to show that crap. We're going to be fucking watching Kangaroo Jack the whole pregame. And then we got the Dallas Cowboys going to Brazil to lead off the season.
I don't hate
that.
Yes.
But it's the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not trying to be a homer here, but the Dallas Cowboys are America's team, and you're going to have them go to Brazil. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, Philly made sense. Send Philly to Brazil. I didn't agree with the Packers going to Brazil.
It kind of makes sense with their colors. I think Brazil.
Oh, do you remember? Do you remember? The fans were told not to wear their team's colors because of the gang affiliations there. That's crazy. We gotta look into that shit. Maybe that makes sense. That's why we got the Cowboys going, because they're silver and blue. Yes. There must not be a gang there that's silver or blue. What a mistake by the NFL.
But they shouldn't They should never make a first game for a team overseas, in my opinion. It should always be after a bye week, where
I agree with you.
You have that bye week, and then you have that next week to play, and then when you're so dead tired, you just take a massive flight home, and then you get ready for the next week. It should never be an opening day game.
I agree with you, but I'm selfishly okay with it because it's the first game of the season, right? I would much rather play the first game than playing 10 weeks in.
True.
True.
That's another.
We're gonna have the Detroit Lions are going to Munich.
Now the thing is, if they keep adding games, though, say they keep increasing the amount of games every single year, they might have to implement a second bye week. If you're going to go 20 games, 21 games in a season, you might have to throw a second bye week in there at some point, because there's just too much travel. There's so much travel for these guys.
I'm all for more football, but at some point it's too much football.
Exactly, one bye it's not enough in my opinion.
Yeah.
Granted, they're big in billions, but still, Jesus Christ, give them 2 buys.
I think we can add one more game maybe, but then we got to call it quits on the adding. And college football, we got to subtract games. We got to eliminate parts of the season, because we're almost getting to a point where it's football overload. We're trying to fit so much football into 6 months of the year. Just give us it once a week. college football end at Christmas. Give us NFL the rest of the time, and everyone in America is going to be happy.
I just don't see how the money is better when you're doing it overseas rather than a home opener somewhere in the States. That's for me. That's
how many? Me. Well, because it's the opening game, people are going to watch it. Think about the Eagles-Packers one. So the Cowboys going to Rio isn't that big a deal because for the NFL money-wise. But as you get into the season, I guarantee you I'm going to forget that Detroit's playing at 8 in the morning in Munich. I'm going to forget that the Jags are playing twice in London. I'm going to forget that the Rams and 49ers one I will remember because it'll be I'll be able to watch a game in the future, so I won't miss that one. But like Madrid, the Mexico City game, I mean, we'll see that. They'll probably play the Raiders.
At least they're playing in spots that they've already played at, and I feel like Goodell is targeting these major cities because that's where, especially in Europe, where they're trying to implement more of the sport in Europe. It makes sense.
I really like the Saints going to Paris.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just get them out of the country.
Yeah, just gather them some fans, and then we'll just ship them on over. They'll just be in Paris. So, hey, listen, players might like that. They might like being in Paris.
They might.
Be pretty nice.
Yeah, players in Paris.
Cigarettes and coffees on the sideline. Can't go wrong.
Snails? What do they call it? It's escargot.
What are they like? Croissants? Is there like another name for croissants in France or France?
Croissant.
Yeah,
that was pretty good actually. Yeah, I feel like I hit that hard. I went for it.
You did.
That was good.
Pause, bro. Pause.
I'm sorry to everyone. Like,
we're not sorry.
There's someone watching, like, listening to this in their car, and they have their volume up on like 20, and I just blew their speakers out.
Yeah,
that sucks for them. All right, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to come back in. We're going to finish the show with a new segment and the State of the Union address.
State of the Onion. All right, hey guys, just remember, we put the work in. Throw us a subscribe button.
Do it.
We put out a lot of content, a lot of good stuff. We know it's the off season right now. Not a lot to talk about, but we find ways because we're dedicated and we love this and we love doing it for y'all. So hit that subscribe button. Keep liking our stuffs on Instagram, the TikToks, the Twitters, or the X's. Show us the love. We got a lot of stuff coming. Subscribe. Back to the show.
All right, everybody. We have a new segment today. New segment brought to you by Tanza's Beverages. Get over to Tanza's Beverages Bethlehem and get a drink. Get your curls in. Get your tries, buys, and tries. It's almost springtime. It's going to be summertime after that. You're going to want to be looking good. So you got to get over to Tanza's, get your drinks in. Slushy day. RTDs. March 20th. Half off slushies. Also, they have a new deal going. I believe it starts next week. 15-pack deal, Mike.
Ooh.
If you buy 2 or more, $1 off every 15-pack. Wow. You buy 10 15-packs, you're getting $10 off. And that might not seem like a lot, but in the long run, it's going to be a lot, especially when you're done drinking the beer and you're like, man, that was good beer. Right? So get over to Tanza's Beverages. Get your beer. All right, here we go. Into smoke or facts?
All right.
Smoke or facts?
Smoke or facts.
All right, so there's some storylines going here.
Or is it cap or facts?
Do you want to be cap or facts? But it's our segment.
I like cap or facts.
Cap or facts.
Almost
like Kaepernick.
Cap or facts.
Cap or facts.
Facts or cap.
These are the cap or facts.
Cap or facts.
All right, Mike. So you're just going to tell me if it's cap or facts, and then we can discuss it if you want.
Sure.
All right. Nick Sirianni said he can't guarantee A.J. Brown is back in Philly. Do you think A.J. Brown is gone?
Facts. I think it's facts.
Okay.
Even though what we said, it might take a cap. It's probably going to take a cap hit depending on when they trade him. I believe it's before June 1st would be
$40 million cap hit if it's before June 1st. They won't do that. If anything, it'll be after because they'll take $20 million and the acquiring team will have $29 million to take in, $4 million guaranteed the next year.
He's clearly unhappy. Obviously, there's been drama in the locker room. Regardless if the people want to believe it or if it's just speculation, there's been drama in the locker room. They lost to a 49ers team that was injury-ridden. Like, I think it's facts that he possibly is going to be let go. He's going to be traded somewhere. Some team will take a gamble on him because he's A.J. Brown. Wouldn't hurt the Birds. Really would not. Granted, they run the ball most of the time anyways, or they at least should. I think it's facts. I think he's a potential cap hit that's going to be gone.
I agree with you. Las Vegas GM John Spytek, which I think is a perfect last name for a GM, personally, said he expects Max Crosby to be a Raider. Do you think Max Crosby going to be a Raider?
I also think that's facts. I think Max Crosby, you look at him, he's been a guy that's been on the Raiders for pretty much his whole career. He is still playing at an elite level. They're trending in the right direction. They got Clint Kubiak on the team now. Awesome. Just won a Super Bowl. You're going to draft Fernando Mendoza. You got Genti. They are looking up. They are ascending, and I think having a guy like Max Crosby solidified under defense is still going to be a game changer. I think that's facts.
I agree with you, but the one thing that keeps coming into my brain is that he's had 5 full-time head coaches in 7 seasons, only 1 postseason run. At some point, he just doesn't seem like a Myles Garrett, where he's just going to, talk about how he wants to be a winner, and then, when he sees the $1 million line he could sign, oh yeah, I'm going to stay here and be a loser. Like, I just don't see him being that. So I think that the 8 draft picks they have this year are going to be massive. And I also think that the abundance of cap space, I think they have the second in the league, right? That's going to be a huge factor. How they build this team and show him that they can be contenders next year, I think that's going to be huge in if he's sticking around or not. Next, Baltimore GM. Eric DeCosta said he expects team will get Lamar extension done. Facts?
I still think that's facts.
That's facts. I'm just going
to... It'd be crazy if they didn't.
Yeah, like, it's Lamar Jackson, and he belongs in Baltimore. You have a new coach. You're telling me that any head coach that took over Baltimore wouldn't want Lamar Jackson there? The fact that that's even a storyline is stupid. Dumb.
Is there a cap here? I want to throw a cap in here at some point.
Well, yeah. So, Here we go.
I might have to just throw a cap in.
There's no scenario that Breece Hall won't be a Jet next season.
That's cap. There you go.
There you go. I knew that one was coming.
Yeah, it's cap. I mean, listen, he's been talked about all off season long, all season long. They already tried to trade him to the Chiefs, but the Chiefs were kind of lowballing. They probably will put a tag on him, but at this point, again, it's the Jets. God knows how they're going to look after the next season is played. He's going to want a contract, which he deserves. I don't think the Jets are going to have the financial capability of giving him that, where they also have so many other holes in the defense and the offense. So I think that's cap, but I would love to see him stay. You look at what Javonte just got. Do the Jets want to pay that? We'll see.
Yeah, he's only 24 years old.
He's young,
which I think is crazy.
He's still such a great running back too. But
crazy.
It's just the Jets they dig themselves in these holes and they waste potential. And Breece Hall apparently is just been in the crosshairs about it. So I think it's cap. I don't know. I don't see him being a Jet. He's been talked about for years now.
Yeah, happening. All right, last one here. The NFC is pretty loaded after watching them this season, but the Bears front office believes that they are the best team in the NFC, even with losing this year. Do you believe they're the best team in the NFC?
Right now, I'm going to say facts.
Okay, I did not see that one coming. I thought that one for sure would be cap.
I'm going to be real with you. What I saw from the Bears this past season was incredible, and it's been the first year under Ben Johnson. Ryan Poles, he's got to do. We know about Ryan Poles. Lucas tells us about it all the time. Shout out to Lucas.
Yep.
You know what the moves that he's made and the defense. Like, Lucas hates him, and he's got work to do. We know that, but I believe, like I said on was it last episode, Caleb Williams can win MVP. I truly believe it. They are fun to watch. They are a good team, and it looks like they're overtaking the NFC North, man. Because those other teams, like the Lions, they might be trending a little bit downwards. The Packers trending downwards. The Vikings, obviously, nowhere close to where they're going to be. So I think the Bears are going to be a top contender in the NFC. Absolutely.
So I actually saw something interesting. I'm just going to throw this one in there. I wasn't expecting to have this in this segment. I saw a lot of Green Bay Packers accounts tweeting out at Bears accounts. I don't know if they were trying to entice them. Basically, they were, I think.
Talk shit.
But they said that if Green Bay offered Jordan Love to the Bears for Caleb Williams straight up, the Bears would take that in a heartbeat. Delusional, right?
Absolutely delusional.
Like, are we all watching the same teams?
They're mad.
I think they're starting to realize that
they thought Jordan Love was going to be what Caleb was.
Yeah.
How the tides have turned.
And it's got to suck for them because it's like Jared Goff's even better than him.
Yeah, that's true. He is better than him.
Yeah. Okay, and now the next competition's J.J. McCarthy. Like, okay, whatever. Whoa, you're better than J.J. Sick, dude. Better than 9.
Wow. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy on Green Bay.
There's a pat on the back for you, lad.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Lads are back.
Lads are back. Guinnesses will be consumed.
All right. Well, that was fun. I like that segment. We'll keep doing that, I think.
That was good.
I like that
enjoyed
one.
that. I'll do it next time. I'll spin it over to you.
Yeah, I like that.
Give you some capper facts.
Yeah. Capper facts. The capper facts. Dude, that like rolls off the tongue really well.
It does.
That's awesome.
The capper facts.
All right, let's get into State of the Union, Jets and Cowboys updates.
Floor is yours.
All right, so we'll start with the Cowboys.
Let's do it.
All right, so I got two things. I'm going to start with the easy one, and then I'm going to start with the hard one. Then I'm going to finish with the hard one, I guess. Can't start with both. Which actually, did you know that we all say the phrase, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too? Right? You know how everyone says you can't have your cake and eat it too?
That's right.
That's wrong.
Okay. Explain.
Okay, if you have your cake, right, you can't have your helmet and eat it too. Well, I have the helmet, right? We've established that in the first line. So I could eat it, right? So, but when you say you can't eat your cake and have it too, right? If I eat this helmet, I can't have it.
Exactly.
It's gone, right? We all say it wrong. Everyone's been sitting around here saying that, right? Yeah. Like, I got into an argument with Alexa last night about this. She thought I was crazy, and then I had to go to ChatGPT.
Well, there's another saying. It's like, well, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, of course. You know,
Yeah.
There could be heat everywhere else in the house. Or if you can't, shit on the pot, something like that's another one. I forget. I don't know what the saying is. But
What was that one?
it was like, I don't know. I have to ChatGPT it. Shout out ChatGPT.
Just dropped shit in the pot on us, and then just no explanation on that.
It just came up to mind. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm losing it.
This is a great start to the State of the Union. All right, let's get into the Cowboys here. So I'm going to start with George Pickens.
Okay.
Stephen Jones said we're going to franchise tag him.
Stephen Jones?
What?
He's making the calls now.
Well, no, he was the one in front of the camera, so they asked him, right? Obviously, he's not making the calls. Are you kidding me? But
Good one.
yeah, that's what they want you to think. George Pickens is going to get franchise tagged, which I kind of saw coming, but I don't think he's going to play next year on the tag. I think this is going to be kind of like a Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb situation where you're going to see this signing happen around August, right? It's one of those, you can't watch last year and honestly say we're not going to pay this guy. Like, we have to sign him to an extension. He helped CeeDee and Dak out so much. We got Javonte signed. We got him locked down for 3 years, I believe, which is awesome. I really like him. I think he's 20. I think he might be 24 as well.
He's young.
Yeah, so we're getting a very young running back for the next 3 years who, you know, we had him for cheap. We basically had a rental year, and now we get the real thing. So I'm really excited about that. I think George Pickens, getting him franchise tagging locked in for next year, and we can work on the contract later, is a huge step forward for the Cowboys offense. If we get that done, right, we can just focus on the defense at that point. And that's really where our main focus has to be right now because, I mean, Jerry Jones said it, and I laughed when he said it, and he was just like, yeah, we really got to figure out the defense. Like, sick, Jerry. Thank you for giving us, like, your only quote at the combine is that we got to fix the defense. Wow, sick, bro. Thank you. And I know he's supposed.
Granted, what else?
That's what I was about to say. Like, I don't know what else he's supposed to say in that situation, but like,
could be asked about the offense.
We could have done this last year. No. At least no one asked him about Brandon Aubrey because he could have freaking blew that one up. So let's get into that. Brandon Aubrey. Both teams agree that parties.
Yes,
Dallas,
parties.
Brandon Aubrey. They both believe that he should be the highest paid kicker in the league.
Absolutely.
Anyone looking at this situation should agree with that as well. It seems like the issue is the Cowboys are actually offering more than the $6.5 million per season that Butker's getting. He's the highest paid, right? So you got to imagine it's probably $7 million, $7.5 million, somewhere around there, just based on previous deals that the Cowboys have done, right? They usually don't, go hit the home run right away. They hit the little single, like, let's see if he'll bite on this. And then it's like that commercial. I think it's State Farm. The little Fisher guy who's in the Geico. Is that what it is? And he's like, oh, you almost had it. Mm-hmm. That's the Cowboys in every situation where they do contracts. Yeah, he's like, oh, you almost had it. Wait, you want more? No, oh, here you go.
Bad
Yeah,
reaction.
that's basically how the Cowboys front office operates in restructuring contracts, getting deals done. Terrible. Aubrey supposedly wants closer to $10 million. We're getting to the point where kickers are demanding more money than running backs. Mm-hmm. What is going on with our league?
10 million is crazy for a kicker. I'm sorry, and I know Brandon Aubrey is that good of a kicker, but 10 million for a kicker, come on, like
it's not like he.
Now they're becoming the running backs now, where you don't want to overpay for a running back, bro. You're not overpaying for a kicker. A kicker, $5 million to $6 million, call it a day. I'm sorry.
See, but the thing is, like, Brandon Aubrey allows your offense to play on the edge, right? So he is worth more than a typical kicker, I would say. But it's
just
like
10 power.
But like 10 million.
No, it's
Brandon.
It's blasphemous.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look at Jason Myers of the Seattle Seahawks. You know, granted their offense is good enough to take them down at their side of the field, and he could just make any kick he wants. I think he's only getting $4 to $5 million a year.
Well, yeah, that's the average.
Yeah, and he's fine with it.
Honestly, that's probably above average.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. Like, listen, love Brandon Aubrey to death, but $10 million a year, come on now. I think now that's just being selfish because the offense is good, but you got to pay guys. You just paid Javonte. You got to pay guys like George Pickens, who's going to demand a lot. Yeah. You got to work on your defense too. Like, come on, man, you're kicking a football.
Yeah, I think so. The Cowboys are probably offering, like I said, around $7.5 million.
$10 million.
I see this deal somewhere between $8.5 and $9 million when it's all set and done.
$10 million for a leg. For a leg. With a broken leg. Can you imagine that? Your leg is worth $10 million.
No.
Someone pays $10 million for a leg.
Well, if we want to go there, how much money does Ronaldo get paid and Messi?
Fair, but that's
you're basically,
their legs are more important, in my opinion. They're a lot more important.
Do you think that Ronaldo, when you break it down per minute that they're working, right? Ronaldo, Messi, Brandon Aubrey, right? When they are working, whose leg has more value?
Right now?
Yes.
I
think it's Brandon Aubrey.
I guess it is because
Messi's using his chest. He's using his torso, his head.
If you would have told me that back in the Barcelona and Real Madrid days, I'm saying Lionel Messi.
Well, yeah. If we go back there, Brandon Aubrey's in middle school.
Yes, that too. That too. So I guess as of now, since Ronaldo and Messi are not in a massive league like they used to be, I guess
they still get paid a lot. I mean,
they still get paid a lot.
All right, so how much does Ronaldo getting paid? Ronaldo's salary,
and he's playing in the Saudi league, correct?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, he's probably getting.
Dude, take a guess.
For what, per year?
Ronaldo earns approximately how much per season?
Like 200-something million.
How much?
220 million.
240 million.
Wow, that's pretty close.
A season. I know, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
I feel like my reaction kind of gave that one away.
Well, still, I mean, for one season.
For crazy. One season.
Jesus.
Saudi money is different, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess like per action, it's probably Ronaldo. But
wow, he's getting paid millions per game. Like double-digit millions per game.
Okay, so let's break this down.
How many games in the season for the Saudis? Oh, my God.
I mean, it's probably like 30 games.
30 games.
Well, plus cups, probably more like 40, 50 games. Where's my calculator here? So he's making 240 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. Divided by 365. No leap years here. Okay, so he's making $657,534.25 a day. Just waking up. He just got to wait.
Go to sleep.
As long as he wakes up tomorrow, he is going to make $657,534.25.
If he takes a 2-hour nap, how much is he making? Can I test your math skills here? 2-hour nap, and he's going to make more than what I
54,794 $6.50. That's what he's making during that 2-hour nap.
I need to rethink my life.
This is crazy. I think it's too far for us. We're too gone.
Now.
But he's made all he has to do is wake up, and he makes at least $25 million. That's crazy.
You ever see the tweet? It's like, yeah, I was talking to my buddy, and he said he wants to change his life and have a new job. And he's like, yeah, he said he wanted to be a receiver for the Saints. He wanted to be a receiver for the Saints. Listen, it might be able to happen now. He's like, motherfucker said he wanted to be a receiver for the Saints. Hey, that's a good team to choose. It'd be different if you picked like the LA Rams,
Yeah.
The Saints, listen, Godspeed, brother, Godspeed.
Yeah. No, yeah. Here we go. Vikings are in talks for Anthony Richardson. That's interesting.
Right off the bat, yeah, not
Crazy.
the answer.
Yeah. That's
Just kidding. You know what? I feel bad because we're so quick to judge 9, but I have not seen anything
Real quick.
really like.
No, he stinks. He's not good.
He's not good.
He's not good. Is Jordan Love the worst quarterback in that division if Anthony Richardson goes to the Vikings?
I still will say no. He's
okay.
Not.
All right.
I can't be.
It's going to be so funny when
they fumbled so bad.
When Caleb
does not get talked about enough.
Caleb and the Bears win the division. Caleb gets MVP. You're going to have the Lions come in second, and then you're going to have Anthony Richardson ball out and come in third and make the playoffs. And Jordan Love's going to go 500.
I can't believe they let Sam Darnold walk and he won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
After they fired their GM after he had that press conference talking about their process with Sam Darnold and what they thought. He's like,
why would he ever say that?
Well, the one thing he said was, I think we might have made a mistake or missed something in our process. Boom, they canned him right off the bat. Then oh God! I respect him for being honest, but they fumbled.
Do you think they knew the story about the PFF ratings before that?
I mean, I don't know if they look at him. Probably not, is my guess. I doubt they look at it.
No. They said that's what he was using to analyze.
Failed.
Yeah.
See you later.
I mean, the moment you hear that,
he was like us. He was just scrolling Twitter, looking at PFF.
Yeah,
ratings.
we essentially were the same as him. We were running the Vikings last year.
I still can't believe they did that. Like it has been the most brushed under the rug topic of the NFL that only I feel like us, maybe a couple of ESPN analysts have talked about it a bit, but we were on that for months.
The Vikings were let off the hook way too easily. Way too easily.
Yeah, now it's biting them in the ass. And then they're going to lose Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I promise you that. He will be gone within next year. After next year's fight, he will be gone. He will be out.
What if Cincinnati just says, fuck it, we're not going to get anyone on defense, save money,
and
they just
up on offense?
They just get Justin Jefferson, and they go T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Joe Burrow.
Chase Brown. Yeah,
and Chase Brown.
Shit,
I think you wouldn't be able to have Chase Brown probably, but you wouldn't need him. You wouldn't need him. You could literally just run crossing patterns and you could run the Globetrotters offense and just have Jamar Chase. You could have these guys just as running backs.
Is that really a bad way to think of how to build a team nowadays? Because I don't. I know it sounds
What's
crazy,
it matter?
But it's an offensive league. They put up points. Look at the Cowboys. They won games because they put up points.
Mike, honestly, at this point, the Bengals are so used to having to score 60 a game to win.
Just
why not
load up on
just
defense.
Guarantee 60 points a game by getting Justin Jefferson?
Exactly.
And then just get the local.
You're going to get flags thrown for you at all times.
Yes.
At that point,
just go get the makeshift practice squad.
We're going to see this happen because they will not transition to a defensive league. They're going to benefit the offense. We're going to see teams that are going to be like that in the next coming years. Mm-hmm. Mark my words, it will happen. I would not be shocked.
I will continue to say this till I'm blue in the face. One team has to take a chance on this. Give me the assistant to the assistant GM role. And just let me go get 4 quarterbacks. I'll do 4. I won't even do my master plan of 5. But we'll do 4 quarterbacks, and you just rotate them until someone scores a touchdown. Then you let them play the next drive. If they don't score, then the next one, right? I think it's a no-brainer. If you get 4 elite quarterbacks that are just bros, right, just really good guys, love going to the golf course, just want to drink some beers.
You talking about the Phillies?
Castellanos?
That's what it sounds like.
Castellanos? Honestly,
they just love not playing baseball.
All right, yeah, we can be done with this. We can get into the Jets after we talk about this real quick. Right. But Like Castellanos stuff. I would have been
bad look for City Philly.
I don't know. I would have been more surprised if he wasn't drinking in the dugout. I just figured he was.
Dude just wants to play like he is, like it was the 80s. That's it. It's simple.
You know the coach from Bad News Bears?
Yes.
That's Castellanos. That's
Pretty
what he
much.
reminds me of. He gets the strip club on the back of his son's Little League uniform instead of just getting the Philadelphia Phillies on it. Like, I don't know. Like, that's Castellanos. You got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
People are asking me, oh, if Castellanos goes to the Iron Pigs, do you want to go? I will only go if he drinks in the dugout.
He was only on the Phillies for 4 years. I'm sorry, I'm getting serious on you. But yes, no, I'm with Castellanos at all times.
Is it
Philly
Castellanos?
Castellanos. I call him Castellanos. But
Casablanca.
I think Philly ran him out of the city. They did not like him. Yeah, you're going to have a damn beer. Screw it, dude. Shit. Now he's on the Padres, a winning organization.
Well, what was he
They're
drinking?
good. It depends.
That changes
Maybe
stuff.
like a Surfside. If he was drinking a Surfside, problem.
If it was a Surfside, I feel like Philly
shit,
wouldn't have
the
run him out, though. I would have wanted him out,
The
but I don't think they
women would have kept him there. The men would be like, dude, get this pansy off our team.
Yeah, we need like a Yingling Lager.
Where's your Trogs?
A Miller,
Yeah.
a Trogs,
Yeah.
give me a
A
Perpetual.
Michelob, yeah.
Michelob.
The Mickeys.
Michelob's not bad. Like, but if it was Coors Light, Bud Light,
Coors Light,
know.
I feel like is respectable in Philly. I feel like
I think that
can't see Cossey drinking a Bud Light. I can't.
Aaron Judge certainly would never do that. Bush, the camo can specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see how this went wrong for him.
It was time. it was time for Castellanos to get out of Philly. I could go down the Philly rabbit hole. I'm not going to do it.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We're going
to get on the Jets.
We're not going to talk baseball until June.
I know. I'm itching. I can't wait. Which is crazy.
Wait, I just remember this. We're jumping all over. The State of the Union segment of this show is awesome right now. I like this.
We had a lot of good topics.
Yeah, I think we should just do this every episode. We're going to do
Just jump around.
the Capper facts, and then we'll go into State of the Union, where we'll specify what we are aiming to talk about,
and then just jump.
but
off.
then we're just going to talk.
That's fine.
Yeah. So real quick,
enjoy
I'm just
that.
going to talk for a second here. Have you read a book?
I've slacked.
Dude, I have not read.
I think I've read since January 14th.
2 weeks ago.
I haven't written.
No. 2 weeks ago, you said you read 2 pages. So I read 2 because
maybe I did.
I only read 2 pages of mine because you said you read 2. Have not touched the book since. I
have my book with, like, I have it in my backpack, and I just haven't opened it up.
I picked up my computer bag off of my bedside table this morning, and I realized my book was under it. I thought the book was gone, so I just gave up. So yeah, we're back. But
so back.
I
will finish it within the next year.
We've gone a full 2.
book.
We said we were going to read 12 books combined. We've gone 2 months, and we have not. Are we even halfway through a book?
I'm not even.
I'm not.
Quarter of the way. I'm not even 10% through the book.
My book's like mine gives me fake hope. The Arnold Palmer autobiography that he wrote. That's what I'm reading. Very good stories. But every chapter is only like 5 pages. So I'm always like, yeah, man, I'm flying through this. I'm on chapter 12 already. But I've only read like 80 pages.
Yeah,
and the
60
book's like
pages.
220 pages. Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
You know what? But it's funny, Muller, because I think about it more often. There's thinkers and there's doers. When it comes to reading, I'm a thinker.
Yeah.
I'm not a doer. And
No.
I need to start doing.
Yeah.
I have to hold myself accountable.
All right, by the end of March, we have to finish 1 book combined.
Make it July. Make it July, because July, August, September. Yeah, then we can maybe get 2 books in. I don't know how you women read fucking 512 books a year. God,
Dude,
bless
she's
you.
she's already read 7 books this year.
Yeah, it makes us feel
It's
how shitty of people we are.
it's February 26th, and I've read 0.
Has she been like urging you to read?
No.
Does she do it at a specific time every night?
Yeah,
Is
no,
it like at nighttime?
no,
that
yeah.
she'll
Before bed, she reads, and I always sit there. I'm like, yeah, I should read my book, but then I turn the TV on, and Grant Horvat's hitting absolute, pearly missiles down the fairway.
I just saw Brad Dahlke and the guy he plays with They had a match against Akshay and
Yeah, I saw that.
is it good?
It's good.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
It's not bad. I would say watch the Bob Does Sports versus the Three Pros though. That one's better.
Oh, Scotty.
No hate to Dalkey and them.
No, I watched that, and I just watched them play Tony Finau. I watched
that one was good.
Who is this guy that just won? What Bridgeport? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Is he young? He's a young
yeah, he's
dude?
young. He's young.
Wow.
Tiger Woods playing the Masters.
Soon.
He said he's gonna play.
I played at the Sim.
We're actually gonna be on the bachelor party during it.
It'll be on at the bachelor party.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I shot an 81 the other time I played. Dude, listen,
the
I know it's
simulator?
the simulator, but I feel great. I'm planning to go buy either a 3 hybrid or a 3 wood soon.
Okay.
I have the money saved up. I need to buy it. I have been on one recently.
Okay.
I cannot wait. We are so close. Hopefully this little piss snowstorm that we just had is the last. I'm praying, but we are close. Muller, we are so close to playing outside. I cannot wait. I can't freaking wait. Now, can I get into the Jets before we get sidetracked and we waste time?
All right, so it's supposed to snow on Sunday, Monday,
Great.
and then it's going to rain a bunch, so it should melt. All right, yeah, let's get into the Jets.
So I also really only have 2 things with the Jets. I want to talk about their recent trade. So the Jets and the Tennessee Titans made a trade, player for player. The Jets get T'Vondre Sweat, and the Titans get Jermaine Johnson.
Sure.
So Jermaine Johnson was in the draft class with Brees and Garrett Wilson. So that's probably about 4 years ago, probably 5 years ago. Listen, I wish the best for Jermaine. Robert Saleh obviously loves Jermaine Johnson. I think, again, this is another winner for the Jets. And I know I sound like a homer here, but I truly believe it is based off the numbers. Jermaine Johnson is owed, this is his 5th year, he's being owed $13.4 million before he has another contract. Robert Saleh brings him in, they got to pay that $13.4. The Jets, in return, get T'Vondre Sweat, who's a defensive tackle. And this hints a lot towards what they're going to do in the draft now. So this was a big move for them. I have 2 guys who I think they're really going to select on number 2. Happy with either one of them. T'Vondre Sweat is owed, I believe, 1.2 his first year and then 2.6 his second year. So, and he's only 24 years old, and he was a second-round pick, but he's actually a solid player. He's a good run stopper. Not a lot of numbers show off. They jump off the bat, but good in the run game, and he's young, and he's very inexpensive. You don't have to pay him that much money right off the bat. So what Muji's, I really like what I'm seeing from Darren Muji. And, at the start, I wasn't really pleased with what he was doing on the offensive side. But his moves and the way he's financing the money to then go ahead and spend, whether it be this upcoming year in free agency or next, I love what he's doing here. My biggest thing right now, so that trade happened. Good for Tennessee. I wish Jermaine the best. He's a great player. When he's healthy, he's had a lot of health issues with his Achilles. Of course, we get T'Vondre Sweat. Happy about that. So I see us going DN, whether it be David Bailey from Texas Tech, wears no gloves. That's a huge sign. No gloves type of guy. Like blue collar. I love that.
That's a me stat right there.
He's actually a very good player too.
Yeah.
Or Arvell Reese. You can't go wrong with him either. So they cannot mess it up. If they go Bain from Miami, I wouldn't be shocked. They probably love
That's where I think they're going.
But it's looking like they're going towards David Bailey. They're seeing a lot more, there's more that pops out, I feel like, but I'm not. Ruben Bain is also very good. I think he might just fall a little bit. I think they like David Bailey more and Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese, again, that's a hell of a player. When it comes to the quarterback situation, I still don't really have an answer, and I don't know where they go from here. Like,
I have an idea.
I just don't see in free agency what type of quarterback you're going to bring in, and with their financial statuses, where it's Tua, who's owed a shitload of money, Kyler Murray, who do you really want to bring him in? Is he a guy you believe that's a leader that fits your type of game and your type of work ethic? And
I have a cheap idea. Derek Carr.
Yeah, but I think he wants to go on a playoff team. I don't. If he does come out of retirement, I don't think he wants to go to the Jets. Who the fuck wants to do that?
I don't know, dude. He said on a show like 2 weeks ago that he'd be open to playing for the Jets.
I just don't think. But this is like another Rodgers thing now. But it wouldn't be again. That's
Rodgers made it to the playoffs this year
with the Steelers and got blown out.
Did the Jets make the playoffs
No.
with Justin Fields?
No,
No.
they didn't.
So
No.
at some point we just I feel like we have this conversation every year where the Jets fans, they're looking for like the perfect scenario, which you're not going to get unless you draft someone and develop them, which the Jets can't. They can't develop shit.
Hold on, I was going to say something.
So I think going out and just getting someone, Rodgers was a mistake.
It was.
He was a
I
mistake.
wanted Derek Carr, and we talked about it. And Warren said it was a cold take, but like that was a better.
Let's do it
in mind, because they are at the point where they have to they got to go for the bridge. Like they're not going to draft a Ty Simpson at 16. I doubt that's going to happen. They just got to get someone that's going to be a bridge quarterback for 1 year. They're going to have probably a high draft pick next year. They have ammo to work with. Then in 2027, there's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks coming out of that class. Then you pick your guy. This year's kind of, again, it's like a mulligan year. Like, not really, it's just a wash. It's a typical wash year for the Jets. You have nothing to look forward to besides seeing your favorite player on the Jets catch a football or run a football or block. Like, it's just the same thing. But Darren Muji's, he's looking towards next year. But this is a weird year for quarterbacks because there's not many that are available. They're like that, that fit what they want, I guess.
I feel like most years, though, Mike,
even in the draft, there's not that many quarterbacks.
Well, that's the problem.
That is the problem.
Usually we have this scenario where there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah, like
so there's less of an emphasis on who's in the league that's available. This year, it really shows, we really only have 35 quarterbacks that are at the level of a starting quarterback in the NFL.
That's right.
And, Mac Jones is one of them. But the 49ers don't want to let him go.
That's right.
It's weird. Jameis Winston, I think, is one as well in New York. I think Anthony Richardson can be one.
I think the options are just getting more and more limited because all of these teams are finding their quarterbacks. Look at the Bears, look at the Commanders. Like they're finding their guy for the long term, and all these other guys are getting shelled out. But like we've seen them play, we've seen their shelf life, we've seen their ability. Like we know their ceiling. There's not really many new guys that come in that like just besides the draft. But again, there's not many.
So there's one guy that I actually would like to talk about. I didn't know we were going to talk about him possibly being a Jet, but I think Malik Willis, right?
Willis is another name being thrown
but he's someone where he's been around a while.
That's right.
He's getting talked about a lot this offseason. They're projecting him to probably get a deal around 30 to 40 million. I don't think the Jets can even afford that right now. Because aren't they paying 3 different quarterbacks at the moment?
Well, they're probably paying Rodgers,
Fields,
and then Tyrod
Taylor.
Yeah.
I think that Malik Willis would be a good player to bring in. I think he'd be the best option for you guys with what's out there right now and available to you. I just don't know if you can afford him. But I also I don't know where he's actually going to end up. Mm-hmm. Is Arizona going to take a chance on him?
Who's going another team?
Miami
might take a chance on him. They probably are more likely to sign him than us.
Yeah, he's a weird one because you were just saying they aren't. There's guys that are proven, but they aren't available. I wouldn't even say he's proven.
No, he's not. I don't think he is either.
I'm so confused.
He had a good stretch of 4 to 5 games where he played well and he won a couple of games, but it's a small sample size. This is probably the first year as a Jets fan where I truly don't know where they go, what route they take for a quarterback. Usually it's they got a high draft pick and they're going to take him. We have a lot. We have 2 first-round picks this year. We have 3 second-round picks. Next year, I think we have 2 first-round picks and 3 seconds.
Next to the Cowboys,
The Jets have ammunition to spend, and I truly think they're looking at next year as we are starting fresh. We have the players in place where we want them. Garrett Wilson, whether it be David Bailey or Arvell Reese. You got your rookies. They're formulating a decent team where they know the players that they're going to want to keep. But for this year, I could not tell you which route they go. I don't know. They could draft Ty Simpson at 16. They could somehow trade up with Oakland at number 1, which I doubt will happen. I don't know. I don't know where they go from here. Are they going to stick it out with Tyrod again? Are they going to maybe entertain Anthony Richardson? Mitchell Trubisky, that could be a name. I think
Mitchell Trubisky.
The route that they should go, and it's embarrassing to say, but they got to just go for a backup at this point. Just get someone who fits the type of offense and style that they want to play, and just bring him in for a year. Mitchell Trubisky, Mac Jones would be great. I'm thinking of someone. A Mariota. That's another guy. Like, it's not sexy at all. There's nothing sexy about what the Jets are going to do at quarterback. But you're playing the year and you're ready for next year. And it sucks that it's just going to be a cycle of next year and next year.
I feel like
next year. But I don't know the route they go. I don't know. It hasn't been talked about enough.
I might cut this episode from last year and just put the end, like this ending after this talk, because it would be interesting to see how much of it's the same.
I had faith for Justin Fields for like 1 week, and that was the first game. I'm like, wow, like this is great. Like, this is what we signed up for. And then after that, disaster. Terrible. Yeah,
but
just
it was fun when Aaron Glenn was running down the sideline that one time.
Yeah, and then they blew it after
that was cool.
A minute and 20 seconds. They went down the field and scored. Yeah, I remember that. I was in the hotel.
But all right,
good episode. What was that?
An
hour?
Good?
It's probably an hour.
We're over an hour. Yeah, that was a fun time. Talked about a lot of stuff.
We did a lot of good. I like the little Capper facts.
Capper facts is so fun.
That was good. We went into Ronaldo's leg.
Yeah,
Brandon Aubrey's $10 million leg.
Yes, I cannot, dude. $650,000 just for waking up.
$55,000 for a 2-hour.
For a 2-hour nap. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Shout out to the guys who are looking at the NA reviews, by the way. That was a great idea that Mahler came up with. Here we are. We're doing a great job with it. It's fun. I enjoy that.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, hand up. Forgot it.
It's okay. It's okay.
We'll do it. We'll get it out tomorrow.
There's a lot of NA beers to be drank.
Yes. All right. Subscribe. Comment. We're out of here.
Bye.